Your audience will see it in a moment. Somebody let me know when you can hear my voice. Can you hear me? It's not working. That's not a good sign. If you can hear me, say yes in the live comment box, in the chat box. Boom, cool. What's up, everybody? I am super excited that I'm here for a live Q&A. This is the very first time that I've ever done this. I've done a live Facebook chat, but I've never done it on YouTube. So the reason why I'm doing this is for two reasons. One is because I haven't made a video in over a week. And the reason why I haven't done that is because for those of you who aren't following me on Snapchat, I dropped my camera and it's broken. So if you watch my last video, I shot it on my GoPro, and now I'm still waiting for my camera to get back. So yeah, it should be back in another week and a half. But for now, you're gonna have to put up with my iPhone videos, my live streams, and probably I'll make another video on my GoPro as well. But this video right here is a little bit different. This video isn't going to be a one-way conversation. This is going to require a bit of engagement. I don't want to just talk to myself. So for those of you who aren't going to be watching this live, I will put a card somewhere up the top where you can just like skip to the main content. But for those of you who are watching this live, let's have a bit of engagement. I want to know, one, what's your name, and also where are you from? Leave me a comment right now. And I want to show you two things. One, I can't really see it on my phone, but I'm a little bit delayed. Who's that sexy child? I just came out of the shower, and my dog, for those of you who don't know, my man right here, his name is Hades, and he was in the shower, and he was like crying. I was like, he's done something. And I looked around, I thought that he did a shit or a piss somewhere in the house, and I was looking around, and then all of a sudden, I look to my right, and this is what I see. All of this bloody mess. Destroyed. Great. But you can't like not love this, right? You can't not love this. So what I'm gonna be doing in this video is Isabella from Mexico, Ishman from Melbourne, Jihu from Oregon. I have no idea where the hell that is, but it sounds amazing. Pete from Sydney. What's up, Pete? Rita from Portugal. It's crazy, so many people from different countries and stuff. So, Murtada from Malaysia, I was there last year. It's amazing. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going into some content. Rebecca from New Zealand. I'll just wait a little bit. Let me know where you're from. Also, there's going to be a part where there's some Q&A. What's up, Angelica? So let me just get into it right now. What this video is going to be about is I'm going to be breaking down 3 big ways that you can lose body fat, tone up, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And that's going to be about probably 10 minutes. And then I'm going to be going down into some live Q&A. So if you have any questions, don't ask your questions yet. I'm going to be scrolling through all the comments soon. I'll tell you when to post comments. But yeah, whatever questions that you may have, make sure you have them ready so I can answer them on the call. So make sure you stay around. Don't just stay around 10 minutes in and then leave, all right? So, what's up, Nancy from Missouri? I don't know how to pronounce that. Teo from Texas. Aaron from Vancouver. And I know Kiara is watching. She sent me a Snapchat. Cool. So, let's get into it. For those of you who don't know what the Pareto principle is, it is a rule that you probably heard somewhere, where it's basically, Jasper, I need to like shut off his comments for a second, otherwise I'll get distracted. But the Pareto principle, it's an 80-20 rule. You probably heard it's like 80% this, 20% this. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down 3 specific things that is all based upon the 80-20 rule. And these 3 rules have to do with training, nutrition, and psychology. And these 3 things make up something what I call the total body transformation triad, right? So for those of you who don't know what that is, I am the founder of TBTC, which is Total Body Transformation Camp. So the reason why I created this and the reason why this is such an important video is because there are so many people who are out there who are just focusing on transforming the way that you look. And that's it. You just want to lose body fat. You just want to tone up, and that's it. And the big challenge with that is how many people, right? Leave me a comment here. Do you know somebody who looks amazing? You may even want their body, but they don't feel good about themselves. They feel miserable about themselves. How many of you know someone like that? Leave me a comment. I want to know. And the reason why this happens is because they would put so much effort into transforming the way that they looked, but they didn't focus on the other two things of the triad, which is transforming how you feel and transforming how you think. Because what's the point of looking good if you don't feel good? How many people do you know that their main focus is just transforming how they look, and so then they go on some crazy diet, they restrict themselves from all their calories, they do some extreme thing just to transform the way that they look? But I believe in taking this holistic approach, creating a total body transformation, because when you make it your goal to transform the way that you look, feel, and also think, you take a much better approach to losing body fat. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the three things. The 80-20 rule to do with training, the 80-20 rule to do with nutrition, and the 80-20 rule to do with psychology, right? So let's get into it. Let me just check the comments. Why so late? Because I'm in Australia and it's 6:30 over here. I'm in Australia, not London. Oh, by the way, for those people who are not watching this live, you're probably thinking, why am I talking to myself? Because I tested this before, and the comments don't show up in once this video is published, when it's not live. Everything in this live stream that you can see right here doesn't actually show up in the comment box for some reason. I don't know why that happens. So yeah, just ignore that for now. But let's get into it. Three things. Oh shit. Number one, you want to see my tripod? It's a frog. A frog is my tripod right now. This is how much I miss my damn camera. I'm using frogs for camera equipment. Jesus. Okay, so three things. Number one, let's start with, I'm going to go in reverse order of importance, right? And the challenge though is that most people are spending all their time on this thing that actually contributes to the least amount of your results. And that is, one, training. How many of you are spending all of your effort into training when the truth is that only contributes to a small amount of your results? You're training hard, you're doing everything, you're going to the gym, you're going for walks, you're going for runs, but you're not eating good. You're not doing correct things to do with your psychology that isn't contributing towards your results. So the 80-20 rule to do with training is you want to be focusing on 80% compound movements and 20% isolation exercises. Now you're probably like, Matt, that's some big words, like that's a few syllables. What is that? So compound exercises, really, really simple. Any exercises that uses more than one muscle group. So for example, a burpee. Right? Or a squat, for most people more familiar with squats. So going down to 90 degrees, where it's like you're about to sit into a chair and then you come back up. So that uses a lot of muscle groups. That doesn't just use one. And an isolation exercise is just when you use one muscle group. Right? So for example, a bicep curl. Right? All that's doing is just getting one muscle group here. Okay? So Australia, mate. So that's the difference between compound and isolation. So let me ask you a question. If I was to do 1 minute of burpees or 1 minute of squats compared to 1 minute of bicep curls, just using one muscle group, which one do you think is going to burn more calories? The one that's using more muscle groups or the one that's using just one muscle group? Yeah. So the truth is that you're not gonna burn as many calories just doing isolation exercises. And there are so many people who are wanting to lose body fat, wanting to lose belly fat, and they're spending their time doing ab exercises, doing, I don't know what this machine is. Oh, I forget the name, but basically you sit on this machine, you can't see my legs, but if this is my legs right here, a lot of girls do this, right? They wanna spot reduce their inner thighs. And they open their legs and they go in. We'll call it good morning, good night. Good morning, good night. There's a name, perfect. So the good morning, good night exercise, right? So that exercise, you're only using one muscle group. And the truth is, let me give you another tip, you can't spot reduce. You can't choose and say to yourself, you know what, I want to lose body fat here, or I want to lose body fat on my belly, or I want to lose body fat on my inner thighs. You can't choose where fat just strips away from. And the biggest challenge with a lot of girls especially is that the very first place that they lose fat is their breasts, right? And so you can't choose. Most girls don't want to lose fat there, but that it happens. So you can't choose. So what you want to be focusing on is going to the gym, and 80% of your time you want to be doing things that incorporates full body movements: burpees, squats, lunges, push-ups, pull-ups, deadlifts. And if you don't know what those exercises are, rewind it and write those exercises down and just YouTube it. There's plenty of tutorials, right? And then that doesn't mean though that you can't do isolation exercises. That doesn't mean you can't do the good morning, good night exercise. That doesn't mean that you can't do ab exercises. Do all that, but don't spend majority of your time on exercises that just uses one muscle group, right? So that is the first principle. The second thing, it's called a thigh abductor. Yeah. My brother is on that. Okay, the second thing, training is the least important. The second most important thing is the nutrition side of things. I always say that if you spend more time on what you eat and what you drink compared to how much you train, you will see your results start to skyrocket. And I'll give you an example in just a second of my personal results over the last 5 weeks. So the 80-20 rule to do with nutrition is you want to be focusing on 80% whole foods and 20% processed foods. Now, if you watched my last video, I talked about this, so let me just remind you in case you're not doing it. If some of you are going, well, I already know this. You already talked about this in the last video. My question to you is, are you doing it? Because the only way that you truly know if you know something is if you are actually applying it. And the challenge with so many people is that most people just watch information on YouTube. They're sitting here and all they're doing is they're watching Matty Karma on YouTube, and he's talking and he's speaking, but then you don't actually do anything. You don't apply the tips and the tools and the strategies that I'm showing you. Some of you do, but for those of you who are actually applying it, kudos to you, because those of you who are messaging me, emailing me, I got an email the other day, someone lost 30 pounds in, I can't even remember, it was like 12 to 16 weeks, just from following, I think it was the 6 steps to losing weight on my YouTube channel. So, oh shit. Okay, I'm still on. But that's just people who are just applying. They're not just watching. They're not just watching passively. They're actually applying the tips and the strategies that I'm showing you. So 80% whole foods. What are whole foods? Whole foods are basically any type of food that hasn't been processed. Actually, let me start with processed foods because then you just know the opposite. But processed foods are basically things that have been packaged, that have been canned, that come in boxes. So cereals. I miss my camera so damn much right now. Cereals, things like damn tuna, right? Freaking, what else is there? Noodles, all those type of things. And all those things are processed. If you focus on 80% of your time, even 90%, if you want to get even faster results, if you put 90% of your effort and time into things that are whole foods, vegetables, fruits, all those things will contribute to amazing results, not just in terms of how you look, but in terms of how you feel and also think. Because if you want to change your mood, you want to change your food, right? And that's a very big concept, because also if you want to change your thoughts, if you just start to change your food, you'll notice that just by changing what you eat, you start to think differently. Yesterday, it was my cheat meal, right? And I had these vegan sausage rolls and these vegan pies, and I kind of just didn't even want to have it. It was just like, I don't know why I actually had it. I was just at Woolworths. For those of you who don't know what Woolworths is, it's just like a grocery store in Australia, and it was on special, so I got it. And then straight after that, I felt like crap. Like, it just did not do well with my body because I haven't had that cup of stuff in ages. And I noticed that my thoughts were totally different in the morning compared to how it normally is. And that was just from just what was going on in my gut, because gut health is directly related to your mental health. I want you to truly understand that. Your gut health is directly related, that is directly linked to your mental health. So, changing what you eat. So, for example, if you want an idea of what I eat every single day, right now I'm training for a 24-hour run, and I'll show you what's actually no. I'll show you what's in my fridge in a second, because I have a question that someone commented on my Instagram, and I will answer that by showing him and all of you what's in my fridge. But basically, what I eat every single day is I wake up in the morning. If I have boot camp in the morning, I'll have like 2 bananas, and after that, I'll come home and have a smoothie bowl. Sometimes even 2 smoothie bowls if I'm really hungry, because I'm training a lot right now, so I'm burning so many calories, so I can eat a little bit more. And then after that, I have lots of mangoes. I've got heaps of mangoes. I'm eating mangoes right now. Then I'll have some watermelon. And then after that, I'll just keep eating fruit, or just keep eating anything, pretty like just whole foods. Sometimes vegetables. I've been having carrot and hummus. It is the shit. Sweet potato and hummus. That tastes amazing. And then for dinner, it's the same thing every single day right now, but when I get my camera, I'll be swapping it up so I can make what I eat in a day videos. And I'll have like rice. I'll show you what's in my fridge. I have like this massive amount of rice for food prep. And then I have this vegan chicken and just heaps and heaps and heaps of vegetables. And so far, from following this routine, I haven't got my sheet here, but for those of you who were on Snapchat yesterday or 2 days ago, I put this up. In 5 weeks, this is just from following this routine, what I was eating. I lost 2.2 kilograms of fat, right? 2.2 kilograms of fat. I lost 1 kilogram of weight on the scales, but who gives a shit about the scales? I lost, I think, 3% body fat, 2 to 3% body fat, and I gained 2 kilograms of muscle, 1.5 kilogram of muscle. I can't really remember. I should have had it prepared. But that was just all from focusing on what I was eating and training. I was also training a lot, but I couldn't have got those results in 5 weeks if I wasn't truly focusing on. And by the way, I wasn't tracking calories. I wasn't counting my macronutrients. Right? For those of you who get so overwhelmed by macronutrients and calorie counting, don't worry about that shit if you don't like it, right? It's so much more easy if you just start to focus your attention on whole foods and just really eating a lot of greens and vegetables and fruits and all those type of things that's going to nourish your body, not clog your body. If you just focus on whole foods, I'm telling you right now, it will take the stress off your shoulders, because you're not on a phone just constantly tracking your calories and macronutrients. And that is really, really important if you're on some program, if you're doing it for a sport or for something. But for the general person that just goes to gym and just wants to look good, just wants to feel good, like it's like 1% of you out of everyone that's online right now is actually going to do that long term. So yeah, 80% whole foods, 20% what's it called? What the hell did I say? 80% whole foods, 20% processed foods. And now let's get into the third thing. What brand of vegan chicken? What's up, Dan? I will show you in a second. I'll go to my fridge and I'll show you everything. Matt Karma, OG. The no fat challenge helps with mind and body. Yup. So annoying to track. It is. Why go raw? It's nothing. I'm not raw. I'm pretty much am raw. I don't know. I just feel better with what I'm doing right now. So coming back to the third tip. The third tip that I want to talk about is the biggest thing right now. The biggest thing that is going to separate between those of you who actually go out and get results and those of you who don't get results. Because here's what I found, right? So with my bootcamp clients, for everyone that comes in, not every single person gets results, because it's not because they're getting the same thing. They're getting the strategy. But strategy isn't enough. There is strategy everywhere. You have to do so much effort to avoid the strategies to losing weight, to avoid the strategies to toning up. The biggest difference is what is going on in between your ears. That is it. I can have 2 people come into bootcamp. One of them gets amazing results. The second person doesn't do anything. And I, being the leader, I always take the blame. It's not them, it's me not being able to communicate. So that's why I'm always learning how to communicate, how to influence, right? But with this, The biggest thing for you is going to come from this tip right here. And that is the 80-20%, the 80-20 rule to do with psychology. And that is 20% of your results is going to come from strategy and 80% is going to come from psychology, your mindsets. Now, what does people always talk about your psychology? What does that actually mean? Let me break it down for you. Your psychology, what I'm talking about in this specific context, is your beliefs. Do you have limiting beliefs? Do you have empowering beliefs? Do you have beliefs such as, it's raining right now, so I'm not going to go to the gym, or it's too cold right now, so I can't make a smoothie bowl, or it's too hot. This is the biggest one. I don't know how to cook. Well, you can learn how to cook. Look at this. I'm going to show you just how easy. If I was somebody and I was like, you know what, I don't know how to cook. This is the difference. One person A, I don't know how to cook, so they stop. They give up. Person B with a very good psychology, empowering beliefs, I don't know how to cook, so my job is to go on Mr. Googs and find out how do I cook. So if I go over here and I go to, this is such an amazing tool right here. If you don't know this website, it is a lifesaver, google.com. All you need to do, how to cook. And I'm telling you, 84 million results showing you how to cook. Strategy is everywhere. How to cook, how to make smoothie bowls, how to eat healthy. You have to do so much effort to avoid it. I just typed in how to cook, right? 84 million results. 84 million results. No excuses. For those of you who keep making excuses, I don't know how to do something, learn. I didn't know how to start a YouTube channel, so what did I do? I went on YouTube and typed in, how do I make a YouTube channel? Here's a perfect example. Let me give you what's it called? An example to do with my business that translates into helping you. So in about a week, I'm launching a clothing line, right? Now, one, I had no idea how to start a clothing line. No idea. The thought just came to me that I want to start making clothes. Now, if person A over here, let's call him Fred, if Fred had that thought, I want to make a clothing line, but his psychology was messed up, he had limiting beliefs, he would have said, I don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to give up and I'm not even going to try. Me, I said, I don't know how to do it, so I'm going to learn. Within 2 days, I had the clothing line set up. Within 2 days, I had all the designs set up, well, half of the designs set up. I ordered the shirts, the singlet, and the jumper in 2 days' time. It was a thought, and it came into reality. Within a week, I had the actual clothing in my hands. That all came because my belief was, I will find a way. If I don't know, I will learn. If I don't know, I will learn. But also, I will apply. Because learning isn't enough. Most of you are just gathering so much information, but you aren't doing shit with it. Go do something. Go apply everything that you're learning. Apply what I'm showing you in this video right here. Don't just watch. That's not enough. So, your beliefs. Also, your identity. Who you are as a person. Who you believe you are. So, your beliefs about yourself. Because for those of you who have, for example, like low self-confidence, and that was me, if you know my personal story. If you have very low self-confidence and you don't have those empowering beliefs about yourself, then that's going to directly relate to if you take action or whether you don't take action. Because all of your actions are, like, the way that our identity is created is that all of our actions are aligned to be consistent with our beliefs that we hold for ourselves. So if you believe that you're not a good runner, you're going to run, and even though you can have the potential to go even longer, because your belief is, I'm not a good runner, you're going to stop. I truly believe that it's because that I just believe I can run. I believe that I can just keep on going. If I just have, this is my belief for running. I believe, bloody hell frog, I believe that if I just give my body enough fuel, then I can keep running. Is it true? No, but I just believe every single ounce of it. And because I have that belief, that allows me to keep running and running and running and running. And that's why I know, and mark my words, in a 24-hour run that's going to come up, I'm going to get 150 kilometers. It's done. I've seen it over and over and over again in my mind that it is already, it's happened. It's already happened. It's done. So, your identity. Who do you believe you are? And also your values. What do you believe is most important? And that all comes down to, for example, what you spend money on. You'll notice that if you are spending more money on your health, on healthy foods, then that, like, obviously your health is a very high priority, is a high value for you, rather than going out and drinking. And you can just see from your everyday decisions. If you're going out and you're going to the clubs and then you make the story in your mind that you don't have enough money to eat healthy or to train or go to the gym, if you look at your bank account, you probably see from your statements that that is bullshit, and that you're spending money on things that aren't aligned with your health. And it's okay, right? Just be totally honest with yourself. It's okay if you want to do that, but don't bullshit yourself and say that you can't be healthy because you don't have the money. The truth is, you may have the money, or you may not. I don't know your story, but most of you do have the money. It's just that you're not valuing your goals enough. You're not valuing your body enough. You're not valuing your temple enough to spend the money to get towards your goals. And I'm telling you, if you just change what you value, you will see that amazing results. So that's what I'm talking about with the psychology. But then also, people always say, here's a big thing. Last thing, and then I'll get into Q&A. Matt, I just don't have the motivation. How many of you, let me check in, how many of you feel like you just don't have motivation right now? That's a lot of comments. Who's struggling with motivation? Let me know. Maybe it's like delayed, or you just don't want to respond. That's cool. That's right. Way to boost my self-confidence, guys. No one wants to respond. It is delayed because I'm seeing myself talk. There we go. What's up, Angie? Me. Cool. There's people struggling. So, I'm motivated. Okay, there's a lot of you. So, for those of you who are struggling with motivation, get a pen and a paper out, because this right here is the biggest thing that I can tell you right now. I can say that with 100% certainty, that is going to contribute to not just a short-term body transformation to get ready for summer, or to get ready for a wedding, or to get ready to impress somebody, or to look good for somebody. This is going to be the thing that if you use this tool for the rest of your life, you're going to create a lifestyle change, not just some temporary change to look good for something temporarily, right? And that is this. And that is this. Get ready. So, motivation. Here is the biggest difference. The difference between somebody who is unhealthy, the biggest difference between someone who is unhealthy and not that fit, and someone who is fit and healthy, is that they both struggle with motivation. The difference is that those people who are fit and healthy, even when they don't feel motivated, they do it anyways. It is a habit. If you haven't watched any more videos lately, I've been really talking about how habits are formed and the neurological connection on how it's all created, and the neural pathways in your brain. There are neural pathways in our brain that is created when someone who is unfit and unhealthy, that when they feel like when they don't feel motivated, the neural pathway in their brain is, okay, then the emotion trigger goes off, they don't feel motivated, so they stop. Fit and healthy people, they have the same feeling. The neural pathway in the brain, the trigger is, I don't feel motivated, so then their neural pathway links to, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm pretty hungry right now. I left my headphones at the gym. I'm probably not gonna have a good workout. That's this person. The other person, I don't have my headphones, so I can't train. That's a bullshit. They become aware of it and they train their ass off. That is the biggest difference. I don't always feel motivated to go and work out, but I get my ass to the gym. I get my ass up in the morning and I go for a run. That is the biggest difference. Now, think about this. Motivation is an emotion, and motion creates emotion. I'm going to say that again. You need to write this down. Motivation is an emotion, and motion creates emotion. How you move, how you are right now is determining how you are feeling. Your face, if you're like this, if you're like this, that's going to determine how you feel, right? And you can probably see that I'm always moving around. I'm very animated, especially when on videos. But how you move, your facial gestures, your posture, your breathing, all that is governing how you're feeling in this very moment. Now, the reason why I say that is because what I want to give you is a simple tip. I call it the 10-minute rule. The 10-minute rule is very, very simple. And the 10-minute rule is when you don't feel motivated to work out, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the gym, go for a walk, do that workout, whatever it is, for 10 minutes at a minimum. Now, if you don't feel like continuing on after that 10 minutes, then you stop guilt-free. Keyword, you stop guilt-free. Now, if you stop, sometimes that does happen to me, but 98% of the time, it doesn't. And I'll tell you why that happens. But that 2% of the time, if I stop, I give myself a pat on the back and say, hey, you know what? Most people would have stopped, but I just went to the gym anyways, and I'm just not in the right mood right now, or there's got some things going on, because everybody goes through shit, and I may not just be in the right headspace, so I'm going to go home and I'm just going to rest up. I'm going to sleep it off. I'm going to go meditate. I'm going to go in the sauna instead. And I'm just going to sit there and just be with myself. Rather than not going to the gym and just eating shit at home, watching movies and crying your ass off, whatever it is, do not do that. Instead, move your body for 10 minutes, and if you don't feel like continuing, then you stop, right? But you'll find that you'll continue on 98% of the time, because when you move your body, when you're working out, there is something called endorphins that are released, right? And endorphins is this feel-good hormone. It's the hormone that makes you feel good when you exercise. And that is the thing that will be released when you start just getting into that motion. Again, that motion that happens will create the emotion of motivation. So just start moving. That simple little tip right there, that has saved me so damn much. Like, that is something that is, I just can't stress enough how important that is. And if you start to do that for the rest of your life, watch the results happen. Watch the results happen. So now, I really hope this video has helped you. Now what I want to do, has it helped you? Let me know. Has these tips helped you? Which tip was the most helpful for you? Tip number 1, tip number 2, or tip number 3? Leave a comment, and then I'm going to get a few things out, and we're going to go into some Q&A. And I need to answer this one question for my man on Instagram, because I promised I was going to answer his question, and then I'll get into your questions. So, tip 1. Cool. Alright. So, let me just get my phone out, and while I'm answering this guy's question, write down your question so when I come back to this, right? So I had a question from my man, which was Go Pizza Go. His question was, what's the biggest challenge in going from traditional animal-based proteins to 100% plants? And is there a way to cope with meat withdrawals? Sorry, it's kind of two. What's up, Jehu? So, also, let me know. Are you vegan? Right, yes or no? Are you vegan, yes or no? Because if you aren't vegan and you want to go vegan, I'm going to give you a tip. If you don't want to go vegan, just ignore this message. And I'll show you what you can do. For those of you who are struggling with coming off meat, and by the way, I used to be like, not that, I never used to get it when people who just couldn't get off, because I went vegan overnight. But now I get how much, like, I really started to study neuroscience and just how the brain works. So that fascinates me pretty much more than anything about health. Like, the brain, if I wasn't a personal trainer, I would be a neuroscientist, hands down. I could study that shit for ages. But now that I understand how the brain works, I get that for some people, because they went their whole lives, especially for older people, they went their whole lives eating meat, and sometimes it's just not, it doesn't just happen like that. For some people it does because they have that leverage that allows them to do that. But if those of you who struggle with going off meat, I want to show you something. This is my kitchen, right? Well, my parents' kitchen, it's not mine. But if you struggle with going off meat, this is all that's my brother's smoothie stuff, and this is Noah. So he's asleep right now. But here's another little testimonial. So my brother, he's asleep right now. It's meat free. He's still been eating meat. He's still been having dairy, but like he's cut off so many bowls, getting off meat, training, going to the gym. So it's an amazing result. But this is a brand that I highly recommend because they got everything. Those vegan sausage rolls and pies. This is from this brand, Fry's Family. Now Noah, still eating meat. For us talking about my rice, I have the stir fry strips, and they taste amazing. And yeah, so if you struggle with going off meat, get that. And if you go to the alternatives, and this is the rice I was talking to you about. I haven't actually put it into container, so that's gonna last me for about 7 days. That's all my dinner right there. Got my watermelon, I got my tomatoes, watermelon, and right now, this is my shit. That will probably be gone within 3 days. Oranges for after I work out, and my bullshit protein. Nothing against if you take protein. I have friends that promote protein and so on, but I just don't feel like it's needed. Like I've gained, let me put it, 1, B12. That's the first thing. 2, every single morning, super greens rather than coffee. It's so good. And magnesium, because I've been training my ass off lately, and I know that just from having that, I haven't been as sore because I've been stretching and taking magnesium. So yeah, hope that really helps. But now coming back to your questions. There's no way you just missed all that. People are saying that they missed it. Let me know if you got that. Lost connection. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Connection kept getting cut off. That's okay. I just saw bananas. Alright, cool. So you can hear me now. So forget all that. If you didn't hear that, I'm just going to answer that guy, my man, personally. So, well, Joseph says it was working good all along. Maybe you guys just have shit connection with your damn Wi-Fi. But now, leave some questions. If you have questions, leave them below, and I will answer them right now. I'm going to answer questions. I'll take 5 questions. 5 questions. I might have to put a light on. No one has questions? No one. If you have questions, leave them below. I'm taking 5. Boom. Gia. So the question for those of you who aren't watching live, the question was, what's my favorite vegan food? For those of you who maybe know me, what do you think is my favorite food that I eat? I'll give you a clue. It's a fruit. Who knows? How well do you know me? This is really delayed. Okay. Well, my favorite fruit is vegan food is bananas. That's it. Banana, at least I got it. There you go. Banana. Okay, now they're coming through. So, next question. Watermelon, banana. So my brother, DJ Rumble, he knows is what it is. What's the best fruit to start the day? Bananas. What's your opinion on making your pets vegan? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know much about this topic right here. I just have no idea right now because these bad boys. Look at him. My man Hades over here. I have a dog that lives with me. I don't own it, but when I have a dog that lives with me, that is living his life, her life with me, I will have to do a lot of research into how it all works because I know that dogs are carnivores, cats are carnivores, but I know that I have friends that have animals that live vegan. So right now I don't really know. I'd have to do a lot of research on it. I don't want to give advice on something I don't know much about. So yeah. How do you meal prep? Easy. I get containers, right? I'll show you. So I get no, because if I move, then it's gonna stuff up the Wi-Fi because these people didn't get it. So here's what I do. I get containers, and basically, cause all I need to do, the great thing that I personally follow is a high carb, low fat lifestyle. The amazing thing about this is just how easy it is to follow. I pretty much just have fruit from breakfast all the way till dinner most of the time, and then I only need to food prep dinner. That's pretty much it. So dinner, I just have the same thing: rice, those chicken strips, and salad. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that rice, put it in a container, and put the vegan strips in there. And the salad, I'm gonna make that fresh. But that's it. I just put it in there. It's that simple. Now that concept, right? Don't get overwhelmed. Don't say I don't know how to do this. I'm not gonna do it. Remember, become aware of those thoughts. So then what you can do is you can just get containers and just cook some food, right? And then just put it in a container, put it in the fridge. Make 3 to 5 days worth of food. It's gonna be still good, and then you eat it. That's how simple it is. Don't overcomplicate it. More questions. Hey Matt, I'm 15 and I really want to tone up and lose weight, but I can't afford equipment or a gym membership. Do you have any tips for me? Yep. Start doing bodyweight exercises. Go for walks, go for runs. That's how I started. I had no, I don't think I had equipment. I can't remember. But I started with my brother, the one that keeps making comments, DJ Rumble over here. I remember when I first started running, my mum, I went for a run with my brother, and we were running, and all of a sudden, my mum came back, and you know who she was worried about? She was worried about me, because for me, I was a chubby little kid, and she thought that I just couldn't handle it. The truth was, I couldn't handle it. I sounded like a pug the whole way through. But I really struggled with exercise. Like, who you see right now, me being fit and me being able to run and run and run, I used to struggle so bad. I used to be the slowest. It was me, Nick, which is my brother, my stepbrother, half brother, Albert, would go to the wharf when we were young and would jump off and would race back. I came last every single time. Every single time. I was the slowest person. I was so unfit, but I just worked. So, my man, to start with bodyweight exercises, go for runs, go for walks, do push-ups, do squats, do burpees. If you don't know what these exercises are, write them down, look it on YouTube. Or just type in bodyweight exercises that you can do at home and look on YouTube. There's so many different people out there that do home workouts that you can do. Do you warm up your food in the microwave? Most of the time I don't, but sometimes I do. If it's cold, then I will, because I just like that warm food at nighttime. It just feels good. But I'm very much aware of how it's not that good for your body to microwave food. But I only do it probably like once a week or something. Probably not even that. Some days I don't do it at all. what fats do you include in your diet, and how much would you recommend? Well, here's what I'm not going to do anymore. I'll tell you right now. I'm not going to recommend a specific amount to anybody anymore, because what I've truly realized is that every single person is different. Every single person has different needs. So honestly, like, I'm not going to be making videos anymore about, like, this is specific macronutrients, this is a specific amount of fats you need. This is because every single person is totally different. The high carb, low fat vegan lifestyle, I truly believe now that that isn't for everybody. Like, I truly believe that. Because so many people are insulin, they have like insulin challenges with their body. Like, and all that fruit won't do that good for their body, right? But so what I do believe though, what I truly do believe, that it is good for every single person. This is just my core belief, that a vegan lifestyle is good for every single person. But like the high carb, low fat lifestyle isn't for everybody. I don't know your personal, I don't know like your age and your how much you eat and so on. So I don't really know to give you a specific amount, right? But for me, what I personally do, just to give you some context, the fats that I have pretty much only comes from my dinner. And probably like the granola that I put in my smoothie bowls. Like, I'm not tracking anything at the moment. Nothing. I'm just eating what I just told you. 80% whole foods, 20% processed. That's what I'm personally following, and the results are working. So, isn't soy bad for you though? I'm vegan as well, and I always come across mixed reviews about soy-based products. Here's what you can do. Go to Vegan Gains channel. If you don't know who he is, just type in Vegan Gains and type in soy on search. Now, I can't say it out loud exactly what he said, but he went through a whole study on soy that blew my mind. So I was going to go off it because I heard all these different mixed reviews, and once I saw that video, it just changed my mind. I can't even remember exactly what he said, but he went through the whole entire study, and it just showed me, oh yeah, you know what, soy isn't bad for you at all. So check that out. Thank you, Easy Peasy. Never microwave. I'm going to take 2 more questions. 2 more. There he is. Noah.
Yeah.
He's sick. How much weight did you lose in 5 weeks?
10.
10 kilograms. And how much body fat percent?
I think it was
3% body fat. So there you go. Questions. I'm taking 2 more. It was a YouTube one. What made you start with helping people with YouTube videos? What made me start? Honestly, I can't really remember what was the moment in time that made me go, you know what, I want to get on YouTube. But I think a big part of me, right, was I was very shy. Right, very, very shy. I struggled talking on camera. If you watch my video, there's a video, I'll get the exact thing. The exact, what's it called? I was very shy. Make sure you watch this video afterwards. You'll see that this was actually videos that were good, kind of good in my, I know, it depends on your perception, but I put a video out, and I basically went through how I used to speak and how my voice changed, and not many people watched it. That's okay. So, reacting to my private videos from my first YouTube channel. If you look at that, this YouTube channel that you're seeing on right now, this is my 4th YouTube channel, 3rd or 4th YouTube channel. So I stopped. I started 1 because I used to be so shy and I wanted to get better at my speaking skills. So people say that I'm good on camera or I'm good at speaking. That shit was learned. I used to struggle speaking with human beings. So that was learned. I put so much effort into that. Like, you have no idea what I went through to get to this point, to be able to speak, to actually get to speak, to teach myself how to speak. So I stopped. I stopped because people said that I talked too fast. So I stopped. I started again, but then a trainer that I used to work with, he said that I was doing exercise wrong. And because I didn't have the identity, the confidence, right, the psychology to keep going, I got discouraged by that, so I stopped. The third YouTube channel, yeah, it's my fourth YouTube channel. The third YouTube channel is still there. There's one video on that, how to wake up early. If you type in Matt Karma, how to wake up early, there'll be two videos. One from my old YouTube channel, and there are so many videos that are private that you can't see. But there's like over, I think, 50 videos, right? And I started, there was like 2 views and shit, like 1 person watching the videos, 2 people watching the videos. And now this YouTube channel, this is the one that I've just kept up. And now I have every single month. This is just consistency. This is not just to do with YouTube, business, life, whatever it is. I had 2, 3 people watching me every single month. 10 people watching me every single month on my third YouTube channel. And keep in mind, I had like 50 videos there. And now, just from staying consistent, just keep on going. Every single month, I don't want to show you because it has like the income statement there. But on YouTube, in the last 28 days, let's go 30. Actually, I can show you because the income statement is there. So, in the last 30 days, boom. Last 30 days, right? There's been close to 300,000 people who have watched my videos. I don't know how many that is every single day, but 300,000 people, if I imagine that in a stadium, that's a lot of people watching me every single month. And it's crazy. And now it's just paying up in terms of business and income and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, just be consistent. Last question. Okay, I'm going to answer Joseph's because this is a big thing, especially in the technology days right now. How do you keep yourself focused during workouts? I have no problem keeping motivated to go work out, but I always find myself not able to push past my limits. Focus. Put your phone on airplane mode and watch what happens. Most people, when I see them at the gym, they're on their phone, they're on Snapchat, they're on Instagram, and that's cool if you're like a fitness person and you need to post videos and so on, or you're making content to inspire people. But you'll never see me just browsing through Instagram and browsing through Facebook while I'm training, ever. I was looking there, but the camera's there. Ever, right? So, how do you keep yourself focused? A few things that I do, just top of my head. 1, phone on airplane mode. That isn't just while I'm training, that's while I'm on the computer doing business work. I work in 50-minute intervals because that's the way I feel like my brain is good, like it doesn't work for long periods of time. 50-minute intervals, 10-minute break, I meditate, I do breathing, I shake my body out, get myself energized, and then I come back. 50-minute intervals, I do 2, and then I have a big break and then keep going and going and going. And how that translates into working out is just stay focused by putting your phone on airplane mode and only playing music, and that's it. And also remembering why you were doing it. Because it's going to be a habit, because the neurological pathway for most people is to train, check their phone, train, check their phone, train, check their phone. So, yeah, that's something that will really help you out to stay focused. But yeah, I really hope this video has helped you all out. 55-minute long video, didn't even seem like that. And it's cool that I could just talk and have a conversation with you guys. This is pretty cool. So I really hope this video helped you out. Leave me a comment. But yeah, while the comments are coming in, I just want to say thank you every single one of you for the emails that I get, the Snapchats that I get, the Instagram direct messages that I get. I don't always get back to every single person, but I see them, I read them, and I want to say thank you. Like, it's crazy just how much people are messaging me, and I'm even getting stopped on the damn street now, which is crazy. But not all the time. But yeah, it's just it's insane how much I get to be blessed by people just writing in. Like, that's the biggest thing. I don't really give a shit about views. What I care about most is comments, because when people view my videos, I don't know like if they like them, if they don't like them. The only way that I know is from likes or dislikes. But I only read the comments. Like, that's the thing where I truly know if it was helpful to you all. So yeah, I just want to say that I love you all. I appreciate every single one of you. Who stayed on the whole entire time for the 56 minutes? Who stayed on that long? If you are, damn. But yeah, love you all. I'll be making another video either through live stream or through GoPro. I don't really know. I just want my damn camera back. But yeah, love you guys, and I will be speaking to you all very, very soon. And I don't know how to turn this off.